Ah!
Nangan!
Hi, it's Nangan, and today we're playing Mass Effect 1 on the PS3. This is part 2 of my 6-part Speed Platinum Challenge for Mass Effect, self-imposed, where I'm trying to get the top time on the fastest achievers for all 3 stacks of the original Mass Effect trilogy, and then all 3 stacks of the Legendary Edition for the same games. So the first game in this 6-part challenge was, for me, was ME1 on the Legendary Edition, which I did in 5 hours and 7 minutes or 17, something like that. And this one is going to be the same game on PS3, but far more complicated. It is, I did it in 22 hours and 46 minutes, and I think that's actually a pretty good time. I can't imagine why anybody would want to speed platinum this one when the Legendary Edition is out there. So I'm going to treat this more as though you are, as a viewer, trying to just add this platinum to your collection in a reasonably efficient manner without worrying so much about the time. I'll add a couple of tricks for what I did to make stuff faster, but for the most part, we're going to ignore strategy and the reason for why. If you have questions about things, feel free to ask me in the comments. So you're going to need to set up 3 separate characters to do this run. So one's going to be an adept for your biotic trophies. There are 6 of those. One's going to be an engineer for your tech trophies. We'll call her Tech Shep. There are 5 tech powers you got to do 75 times. And then the remainder will be the soldier, which you'll do your weapon skills and all your other playthroughs on. These first 2 are just going to be a couple hours. So let's start with tech. The main goal is to get to Fist on the Citadel with 1500 XP. So as you work through Eden Prime, make sure you talk to every person and exhaust their dialogue options. Hack every door you can, open every crate you can. Anyway, you want to get to this room right here where the warehouse workers are. Kill them if you need the extra XP or let them go, whatever. Go ahead. You'll have just enough points if you're level 6 to unlock all 5 of these powers. Go ahead and unlock them and then make a hard save right here in this room. Do not hack the weapon locker yet, and don't open the door to Fist. Once you got your save and your 5 powers, use damping, overload, and sabotage on this weapon locker here. Then go through this door, use neural shock on Fist, make sure he turns green so it counts, and then use AI hacking on this turret right here. Make sure it says hacked so you know that counts. Also advise you to take a little damage and hit triangle to use a Medigel. You need 150 of those as well. Might as well get them here. As soon as all that's done, hit start, go to the wheel, and load your save that you made back out in the room. Those powers will count, and you can rinse and repeat and do it a second time. Do this 75 times, and you'll get those 5 trophies for the tech powers. One note, the game does like to freeze, so periodically I suggest you make a hard save. This whole thing's going to take you about 2 hours, about 45 minutes to get to Fist, and about an hour 15 to repeat this 75 times. But as soon as you do that, you'll have your first 5 trophies. Next up, we're going to do basically the same thing with your Adept, your Biotic Shepherd. You need to be level 7 for this instead of level 6 if you want to do all 6 at once. It's not a big deal, though. You don't need Fist, so you can just go all the way through till you become a Spectre on the Citadel. It's pretty linear. When you get 2100 XP and can unlock all 6 powers, go to any Citadel Rapid Transit terminal and save your game, unlock all 6 powers, and cast all 6 of them on that rapid transit terminal. And again, rinse and repeat just like you did with the tech. So that should take care of that. All right, so now it's time to do our main playthrough on our soldier class. This is a spacer war hero. We're going to do it on casual difficulty. The XP you're going to need for this it's going to take about 3 playthroughs anyway. We need the 3 playthroughs because of the ally trophies. You got to complete the game, the majority of the game with each of your companions. There are 6 of those, and you can only do 2 at a time. Hence the 3 playthroughs. This one's going to be Ashley and Tali. So we're going to get them as quickly as possible and then keep them in our party the entire playthrough. We're also this one time going to be working on romance. So we're going to talk to Liara every chance we get after each main mission. We're going to be working on our weapon trophies, so keep that in mind. You got to get 150 kills with each of the 4 types of weapons. We're going to work on Scholar, which you need to get codex entries for each of the races. Some of those are missable and early, so pay attention to that. We're going to do an exploit on Noveria that's going to get us the Renegade and Paragon trophy, and we're going to have $1 million in the bank by the end of the second playthrough, so don't spend a bunch of money at the vendors. Go ahead and sell all your crap to the vendors as well to increase your credits. Other than that, that's what we got, so let's get started. Eden Prime, when you first talk to Anderson on the ship, make sure you investigate and ask him about the Protheans to get that codex entry. When you meet Ashley, do the same thing with the Geth. Investigate, ask about the Geth. So get those 2 entries. Eden Prime itself is pretty straightforward. I do want to make a note right here about how to upgrade your points on this. You want to put all the points you can into Charm. Those blue answers will help you tremendously, make stuff easier and quicker. You can do whatever you want with the rest of them, but save 5 points by the time you get to Noveria for the exploit that we're going to do. So you need 5 unspent points by the time you get to Noveria. Pretty much other than that, Eden Prime's linear. Go ahead and do the beacon, and then when you get out of there, you're going to come to the Citadel, and you're going to take the following route. You're going to go to the consort chambers across here. Then you're going to go to the tower and have your first conversation. Talk to Chorbin on the way out before you travel. Fast travel to Korra, talk to Septimus and Harkin. Fast travel to the med bay to pick up Garrus. Walk down these stairs to C-Sec to get Wrex. Head up the steps behind Wrex, and to the right, you'll meet Jalid, start his quest. Fast travel back to Korra's den, fight your way through. Make sure you grab this OSD from Fist. Head over and get Tali, and that should give you 3 completed quests. Now you can put her in your party, so from here on out, they'll all count for her ally trophy. Fast travel to the tower, become a Spectre, and then fast travel to the embassy. Head to the right here and talk to Zeltan to turn in this quest that Septimus gave you. Talk to the Volus, ask them about their history and culture to get the Volus entry in your codex, and then do the same thing with the Elcor right next to him. Head out here down the stairs, and Batia will interrupt you to give you another quest, which you want. Head up the other stairs and go straight ahead, talk to this officer to get him to release Batia's wife's body, and then talk to him again to close that out. Head to the fast travel, go back to the consort, turn her stuff in, back to the medical clinic to have Michelle thank you. From here, you want to walk across this area and talk to Emily Wong, who will want that OSD that you picked up from Fist. So give it to her, and you're done with that. Right behind you will be some stairs that'll take you up to Flux. You want to talk to Rita. She has a quest for you. She's on the first floor there, and then there's a suspicious signal in the back corner here on the second floor. Talk to Conrad. So by going down to the stairs again out of Flux and turning right into the markets, your number 1 fan Conrad's at the top of these stairs. Downstairs will be Chorbin again, so talk to him, and then across again to Korra's den for a 3rd time. You just want to talk to the bartender and get out of here. That's Jenna. Chelik will interrupt you on the way out. He'll ask you to come to C-Sec, so do that. He's right up by where Jalid was. You can charm him if you've been putting points in charm, and then decline to help him after he agrees to let Jenna go, and that'll complete the quest so you don't have to go anywhere else. Go to Jalid, charm him, and say yes, which will trigger a bug where it says you can scan keepers again, but it never lets me scan them. Fast travel to Flux again to turn that stuff in. You'll be interrupted by Shells, take his quest and his stuff. Then talk to Rita to finish the Jenna quest. Go upstairs and give Shells' device to Doran. It's quicker than playing Quasar. Head back out. Shells will get mad at you, but it will complete the quest, so you're done. Fast travel to C-Sec, go back up the elevator, talk to Anderson right here and ask him about his experience with Saren to get the Batarian entry in your codex. Get on the Normandy and you're out. Next up, we're going to pick up Liara on Therum. So go to Artemis Tau, Knossos as the system, and then planet Therum. You will start in the Mako, and I'll give you the most important XP gaining strategy that there is in the game. This is 200,000 of your 862 that you need. And what it is to do not kill anything while you're in the Mako. When you're making these little routes here, if you need to soften them up with the guns, that's fine. But get out and shoot the armatures and the primes and the rocket launchers and all that stuff. You'll get more than twice the XP as you would shooting them from the Mako. And it will not take you very long to kill everything. I'm not going to talk much about Therum. It's totally linear. Just shoot your way through. And when you're done, you're done. Make sure you go and talk to Liara down here and use the top left option to get the romance quest started. And then head back up and head to Feros. It's on the map. This is another main quest. You're going to talk to Fidan, and then you're going to fight some more. Go ahead and fight and kill everybody up there. But before you go back to talk to him, head across the elevator and downstairs. This area's got a bunch of quest items, and we're going to turn them all in at once. There are 3 water valves to get in these 2 side passages, so get those. There's a little bridge that goes across. You fight 3 Krogans, shoot this tower to disable it. go straight back across to the other door in this area, and you'll fight a bunch of Varen. Make sure you kill the Alpha, and make sure you get these power cells off this dead Mako. After that, you head back up and talk to Faidan, and he'll let you go on the elevator. But before you do, you want to go to all the various colonists and turn in the 4 quests that are there. Faidan's got the towers, and then the other 3 going down this way have the other 3 quests. So you'll complete a whole bunch of side quests, just a few minutes. Once you go out, you'll be in the Mako, do the same thing, make sure you get out to get your kills. You'll stop and talk to some Exogeny employees, so make sure you do that. When you finish that conversation, make sure you talk to Gavin back here to pick up a side quest for him to get his disc, and then do another little Mako thing, and you'll be in the facility. Facility's linear. You'll meet Lisbeth, and you'll drop down, and then you'll continue to this area with this blue gate. Go to the right exit first and go up and kill some more Krogans to get Gavin's disc for the side quest. Go through the other entrance. It'll be a linear path. 11, 13, and 7 are the right numbers for the PSI puzzle. And then head right back out to where the blue gate was, and all the way back to the Exogeny employees. You'll have a big fight there. Hopefully you got enough blue points. If not, somebody's going to die. Talk to Gavin again to turn his quest in, and then head back to the Creepers. Now, you can equip your grenade launcher with the thorium gas grenades if you want. On a Paragon playthrough, I recommend it, but I never figured out how to aim them. So what I end up doing is killing all the Creepers in this part, and then running up and melee punching the colonists. Now, the melee button in this game is the fire button. It just triggers when you're close enough to them to punch them. So you might accidentally shoot some colonists. It's okay. It's not a big deal. Work your way down. The rest of the map is completely linear. Hit this thing to open the basement and fight your way through, and you'll be done with Feros. Again, make sure you flirt with Liara, and then you'll be done with that guy. Okay, we're going to Citadel Part 2. You'll get a forced inspection right when you get off the boat. Your blue options should help you through that. You'll get a forced interview when you get off the elevator. Same thing, blue options should help you with that. Fast travel to the tower. Meet Wong. She's right behind you. She's got a bug she wants you to plant at CSEC. Head back there, go past where Jalid was and up the stairs and plant the bug on the right. Then go back to Wong at the tower and turn it in. Now you want to fast travel to the med clinic, and Michelle will need your help again. We'll do hers in a minute. We're going to run to the ward's access, which is right next door to where Flux was, and meet Zabaleta over here on the left. Give him money, do whatever. Head across the hall, and you'll see your second signal source. Then walk back out to where you were in the main little area here and turn right to go to the market. Do part 2 of Conrad just by talking to him. Go downstairs, and you'll meet Morlin, who's involved in the blackmail of Michelle. So solve that however you want. Head back to the Normandy before you do anything else. Go into the comm room and talk to your mom. That'll further the Zabaleta quest. Fast travel back to the medical clinic and talk to Michelle to clear that quest. Then go to Zabaleta to finish that one, and then continue down the hallway and go up to the Presidium. You'll see a guy arguing with a Hanar. Talk to the Hanar, the guy, and then the Hanar, and eventually that quest will be marked. Head up the little alley to the right here, and you'll see a Arachni next to an Avina terminal. Talk to the Avina and ask her about the... Oh, I said Arachni, sorry. A keeper next to an Avina terminal. Talk to her, ask her about the keepers. That'll do that codex entry. Head around this other path, and you'll see the Petrovskis over here having some baby mama drama. Solve that however you want for another completed side quest. And then head to the first door on the right. It's Barlavon's office. All you need is the signal behind him. That's signal number 3. And then go to the next door down, which will be Hanar, who will sell you stuff. Ask about the Hanar's speech, I think it is, and that'll give you that codex entry for your scholar trophy. Head up the stairs behind the Hanar and to the right, and you'll have a little signal puzzle, which will complete this quest. It's a 7-part thing to defuse the bomb, and it is triangle, square, triangle, X, square, X, and then one other of those 3 buttons. So you should have plenty of time to do it. When you get out, you got one more thing to do, which is to talk to this Avina over here by the water. Ask her about the Rachni Wars, and that should get you the Scholar Trophy. All of your codex entries should be done at this point. So if you are missing something, go ahead and Google what races you should have, and then look at which ones you're missing and figure out how to get them. There are alternates even to the missable ones, so you definitely want that. You don't want to mess with it on a second playthrough. Go ahead and head back to your Normandy. You're done with Citadel 2. So now we're up to Noveria, another main mission. Again, remember, you need 5 unspent points for the exploit we're going to do. Talk to Opold. He's a Hanar in this little area after you get clearance. He wants you to smuggle something, so run back to the Normandy, pick his package up, give it back to him. That's done. When you want to go to Liara-Garrus in the hotel up in the top right corner next, and then Asari will interrupt you, talk to her twice, and then decline her twice, and you will complete her side quest without actually having to do it. So check, done. Talk to Lorik, agree to help him with his little issue, getting his data, and then head over to this hotel and shoot your way up there, get his data, come back to him. When you get back to this room, before you talk to anybody, make a hard save here and do not overwrite it. This is going to be our Renegade exploit. So put your 5 unspent points into Intimidate. You're going to need at least 5 for the red option for him. And then talk to Gianna and agree to help her. And then walk over to Liara-Garrus and choose the following 4 options. Matriarch Benezia, something else, testify, and then the red option. That'll close the dialogue and give you like 20-something Renegade points. You can immediately talk to Liara-Garrus again and choose those same 4 options and get 20 more Renegade points. Repeat this 10 or 11 times. Your Renegade trophy should pop. If you need Paragon points, you can do the same thing. We're doing a Paragon playthrough, so more than enough. But that's pretty much where we're at. Reload your hard save and then talk to him again and just tell him you did it. Don't even mention testifying, and he'll give you the garage pass, and you can head out the garage, which is over by the hotel, and you're done. So once you get out into the Mako, it's the same thing as all the other main missions. Just make sure you get out when you get your kills. You'll come to Peak 15 and have a fairly linear road until you get to this little area here where you have to restore the train service. So start by hitting the little button on the console after the green guys swarm you. Go down the little hole here to restart Avena or the VI, whatever. You can do this puzzle manually. It is not that difficult. Just you're going to pick, when you hit one of the columns, you'll move the top brick. If you want to just say forget it and use 100 Omnigel, you can just do that too. Once you get that restored, head directly behind you to the roof, hit the little button here, go back down, head to the left when you get back to the hub area, and hit the other little button in that area, and then go dead straight across, and you'll be at the train for part 2 of this. Part 2, not too hard. Just talk to Ventralis, then walk to the door behind him. Head down to the second door on the left will be the med bay. You gotta talk to this doctor to pick up a side quest for him. Go back up to Ventralis. He'll give you permission to go to the quarantine. Go back down to the med bay where the med bay was and take the first left to go into the quarantine area. Head left when you get out of there, and you'll be able to make a cure for this thing. Talk to Han Olar. He'll tell you about the maintenance access. Then head back up to the med bay to turn your quest in. Ask the doctor for a maintenance pass, and he'll give it to you. Head back across Han Olar. You'll have a very linear route to Matriarch Benezia. You'll get to pick what you want to do with the Arachni. I suggest saving her, but it's your call. And then one more thing to do before you get on the train is go to the hot labs. It's just to the right before the train is there. Talk to this guy and agree to do the purge, then talk to the VI to initiate it. Make sure you kill everybody before you go on the elevator. You don't have to, but you get lots of XP for it. Head to the train and you're done with Noveria. Again, make sure you flirt with your blueberry and we'll be good to go. And now we're on to the next part. This is where we want to set up a couple of things. We're going to go to Virmire next, but before we do that, we're going to do 3 extra missions on uncharted planets. The reason for this is that these are pretty quick and easy. You're going to need a couple extra for your ally trophy anyway. And these particular ones do not complete on that world. They have to be turned in to somebody on the Citadel. And the next time you go to the Citadel will be the last time you're allowed on the Citadel. So we want to get these prepped first so that when we get there, we can turn the missions in. We're going to go to Horsehead Nebula, Strenuous, and Zawin. There's a facility up in the northwest. After you kill everybody, there's a dead body up in the little area, in the alcove or the little room up there on the second floor. Make sure you search that. Your second one is Artemis Tau, Macedon, and Shargila. And the facilities in the north, there will be some intel on a desk in the same spot where the body was in the other mission. Grab that. Then Artemis Tau, Sparta, Edolis is your third one. You'll be met with a Thresher Maw. Again, weaken it with your Mako and then get out and kill it on foot. Search the Marines that are there, and that will update that side quest. So we're done. Let's head to Virmire. Sprint through. So again, you would just want to work your way through. The first gate you can get under. Again, make sure you kill everybody when you get out of the Mako. You'll have to get out for gates 2 and 3 and go up here to the left to unlock the gates. No big deal. Once you get to Kirahi, you're going to have to talk to Wrex. Hopefully you got enough blue points. Otherwise, things are going to get a little bit rough. But talk to him and solve that, then talk to Kirahi again. Make sure you send Kaiden on this with Kirahi because you need Ashley in your party for these completed quests. Once he's done, you'll be on foot. Go ahead and run to the first building. Disrupt this triangulation tower just by hitting X at the terminal. That's one side quest that will be complete. The second building, you want to shoot this antenna up here. That'll complete a second side quest. And then when you get to the platforms, go around the back. There'll be 5 drones to kill. And that'll be a third quest that you can do. Pretty much after that, you're just fighting your way through to the end of Virmire. Make sure you save Ashley when you do. Sorry about the spoilers. I figure if you're watching this video, you already know enough about this game. Make sure you save Ashley in this one. You need her for the ally trophy. So that's that. And yeah, and also if you can pass the blue check with Saren, definitely try to do that. It'll save you a fight at the end of the game. Once you're done with that, again, make sure you talk to your blueberry. Go down and talk to Liara. You should be far enough along. You'll know when you go back to the Citadel if she's there. She is your romantic interest. So you're forced back to the Citadel. You want to fast travel to the tower. Over here to the right will be Admiral Kahoku. Talk to him. It'll clear that quest from the one where you fought the Thresher Maw. Before you go to fast travel, you'll see an icon for Gareth. Talk to him. His brother was the dead guy in the first side quest we did. So that'll complete that one. And then fast travel to the embassy and go to where the officer was for Batia's body. So down the steps and then back up the steps. There's an Asari sitting right there named Nasana, and she will complete the third of those quests that we did earlier. Head to the med bay. You don't have to talk to Michelle this time. You want to go to where Emily Wong was, and there's a guy having a rally. Agree or disagree with him, whatever, it'll complete the quest. Talk to Conrad again, that'll complete that quest. Head over to Flux, go upstairs, and right in the doorway there will be a guy leaning against the wall who wants you to get him some drugs. If you have enough blue points, you can avoid that. If you don't, you'll have to go to the med bay to buy the drugs for him. Once you're done with that, you can head to Anderson, and he'll agree to help you out. Agree to go. You're done here, so go ahead and head on out. At this point, you have you're on the final mission, so Ilos is going to be your point of no return. You want to make sure that you get Ashley and Tali's trophy before you go. If you're a couple of missions short, use this list right here. I'll put it up there. This is in order of ease and quickness. So these are the fastest missions. And again, you can Google the mission name. It'll tell you what planets to go to and what to do. But that's from shortest to longest in terms of time. So hopefully that helps. Do that until you get the Ashley ally, the soldier ally, and the Quarian ally. At this point, we're going to go to Ilos, and it is pretty straightforward. You're just going to run on foot straight to the back of the room, kill the armatures and everybody on your way. There's an elevator back here that'll take you to a fight with some Geth Primes and Juggernauts. Then you have a console on the second floor you got to open that will open the elevator in the middle of the first room. Head back to your Mako and jump in. Again, kill everybody on foot if you can. Head down and talk to Vigil. Go through the reactor and into the thing. When you get to the point where you're outside of the Citadel in your boots walking along the side, there's going to be all these little pathways, these linear like chutes almost that have enemies. Do not charge them. Wait for destroyers to come around. They'll come out anywhere between 5 and 10 before they stop, so make sure you wait and kill all of those one after another. You can save and reload, and more of them will come out, but there is actually a wave budget for those. So it's easier just to wait until the spawn ends, because it'll save you from reloading, because you're going to fight the same number anyway. When you get to the final part with the turrets here, you can go left, and there's another little pathway here with about 6 Krogans in it that are good experience. And then go back up, kill all the turrets, and head over to Saren. In this case, you're done. Go ahead and finish the playthrough, and you will get a couple of trophies, and you'll be on to your second playthrough. So good job. So next up is going to be playthrough 2. We're going to be getting the ally trophies for Kaiden and Wrex. So the big thing to keep in mind is that Virmire has opportunities for both of them to be gone for your party. Make sure that that doesn't happen. You might have to do a couple extra missions for Wrex because he doesn't come to your party for a bit. But again, I'll put this list up, which lists all the side missions in order of ease and speed. So keep that in mind. Other than that, there's really nothing that we have to worry about. You don't have to do romance anymore. You don't have to do the exploit on Noveria, and you don't have to do the scholar stuff, the codex entries. So, but otherwise, the route is pretty much shot for shot the same as the first playthrough. It'll get you where you need to go as quickly as possible. So the only difference is when you get to Ilos and you are about to fight Saren, we want to stop right here, and we're going to do the insanity exploit. If you've been playing on casual, if you want to not do an exploit, you could do your second playthrough on hardcore and then your third on insanity. I was doing this fast, and it is faster to do this exploit than it is to play 2 full playthroughs on hard difficulty. So that's why we did it. But anyway, let's go ahead and do the insanity glitch. So what you want to do is make a hard save in this right area right after you kill the last Geth before you head for these stairs to talk to Saren for the first time. Talk to Saren for the first time, either fight him or charm him into fighting himself, and make a hard save again. This will call your main save right before you touch this console. At that point, go ahead and beat the game just like normal, and you'll get your second playthrough trophy. Once that's done and you've got a clear save that it autosave for you, go in and load your main save again, change the difficulty to hardcore, hit save and exit, save settings and exit in here, and then do a manual save over top of your main save. So we're saving over top of the main save. Once you've got that save over, you want to go ahead and start a new playthrough and import that character from your main save. As soon as you do that, when you get a chance on the ship, immediately go into your options and change the difficulty there to hardcore, save your settings and exit. As soon as you get to Eden Prime, make a save on a separate slot, so that's a new save, that is on that hardcore difficulty, and then reload your main save again. Once you have that reloaded, go ahead and beat Saren on hardcore, and you should get the trophy for hardcore. Now, I will make a note that this game likes to freeze during loading screens while you're trying to do this. So be patient, be persistent. You may have to fight him twice, but once you get that hardcore, you're halfway done with this exploit. Go back to your main save again and do the same thing, except change the difficulty to insanity, hit save settings and exit, and then save right over your main save again a third time. Start a new playthrough, change the difficulty on the Normandy, and then save a separate slot again on Eden Prime. Reload your main save again, beat Saren on Insanity, and you should get the Insanity trophy, and you'll be done with this guy. Hopefully I explained that okay and explained it pretty quickly. It is the step-by-step is available on the internet if you want to check it out. But other than that, we're down to our third playthrough. This is going to be a Liara and Garrus playthrough, and it's only slightly different on a couple of things. So step by step, the path is almost the same. The only trick is you have to get Liara off-world. So you got to leave in the middle of your first Citadel run as soon as you can, follow the path, and as soon as you become a Spectre, get to the Normandy, get on your ship, go to Therum and do the Therum part until you have Liara, and then keep her in your party. Come back to the Citadel and you will be able to pick up where you left off on all your side quests, completing them with Liara in your party. The only difference is Mahalovic will be there to force you to do that inspection. So you'll have to do that early. And then also Al-Jazani will be there, so you have to do the interview. So that's the first big difference. The second big difference is when you're doing your 3 optional off-world missions that have to be turned in at the Citadel, go ahead and do the Bring Down the Sky DLC. I only chose to do this on one playthrough because it takes a long time and it doesn't give you that much XP. But since Liara requires extra missions anyway, and it's later that you get her, this is the perfect time because you're going to need extra missions anyway. You do need to do this for a trophy, so this will get you that. There's a side mission to do as well involving finding 3 engineers on the world. And so here's the map of Asteroid 57. The first engineer is right behind you when you start. The second engineer is in the southeast corner of the map, and a question mark will pop up when you get there. Then you want to do all 3 of your torches, fight your way through, disable the torch, make sure the second one you get out of the Mako, which you should be anyway to be killing enemies. Before you go to the main facility, though, head up northwest here, and there will be an area with some footprints leading east, like some buildings, but Montoya, the engineer, is actually in the open on the ground here, so grab him. Head in, kill everybody that's there, have a cutscene, spare or kill Balak, whatever you want. I chose to spare him, so that means I got to go save the hostages. So you disarm these bombs and then talk to the engineer. When you talk to him, tell him you found his engineers, and that'll complete that side quest. Once you free the hostages and all 3 of these mission objectives are marked complete, you can leave and you're done, and you should get that trophy. But other than that, once you get Liara's trophy, all you have left, you really should only have 1 trophy left at this point, and that is for getting to level 60. So that's your 862,000 XP. And you don't technically have to finish Ilos at this point, but it does give you good experience. So if you're short, then you might as well. And I made another chart here that lists some of the better, more high yielding side missions as far as experience goes. These will all be at higher levels, like 58, 59. So just keep that in mind. That's where we're at if you need XP. If you need more than like 100,000, just go to Ilos and start a 4th playthrough. You won't get that much for doing Eden Prime and the Citadel, but you will get a ton when you get to Feros. Like that fight alone will get you close to 150,000 experience. So if you're like 700 or less, just do a 4th playthrough. It won't take you that long. But that's pretty much it. That should get you all of the trophies. Like I said, my run was 22 hours and 46 minutes, and it is a really fun game and a pretty good platinum. So, if you're still looking for something like that, then go for it. This will get you a pretty easy path. For me, I'm going to go ahead and start on ME2 Legendary Edition, and then we will go from there. Thanks again for watching this. Thanks for tuning into the channel. Thanks to Mimigon for creating Sabrina and the character creator, making her look like an actual shepherd, an actual person. And as always, for supporting me through staying up for 24 straight hours playing a video game. So I appreciate that. And I will see y'all in the next video. In the meantime, stay bad, people. Non-Gone is gone.